Hello and welcome to this video. Thank you so much for clicking. I'm so glad you're here. I wanted to make this video and a series of other videos basically going through need to know things about these topics. And I'm going to do a series on cryptic pregnancy, unconfirmed pregnancy, phantom pregnancy, simulated pregnancy. So this is the first one. As you can tell by the title of the video, this is Need to Know. Everything you need to know about cryptic pregnancy. So the first one and the most important, and we will go into details a little further in this video, but the first thing to note is that a cryptic pregnancy is a high-risk pregnancy. And I will tell you why later in this video. So stay tuned. Second, there are several very different definitions or descriptions for the terminology cryptic pregnancy. It all depends on the resource and the information you're getting, or the resource you're getting your information from, such as the website, support group. It depends on who you're talking to. That depends on what information you're receiving about the topic cryptic pregnancy. Cryptic pregnancy is not officially a medical term or diagnosis. And it's usually mentioned after the delivery of the baby or after the pregnancy has been confirmed after 20 weeks or more. Usually the term cryptic pregnancy is not diagnosed or given before that time. And like I said, it's not even a real official medical term or diagnosis. All definitions of cryptic pregnancy are associated with very low or indiscernible levels of HCG found in the woman's urine or blood. One second, let me get my dogs. Okay, crisis averted. So, the next thing is that, and this is according to medical journals and medical literature, that babies born to the cryptic pregnancy mothers have a tendency to be small for their gestational age. In most cryptic pregnancies, you will continue to have a monthly cycle or bleeding or some kind of spotting. And this is true over all resources. Anybody who teaches or educates about cryptic pregnancy, they all seem to agree that you will continue to have a monthly cycle, or what you interpret as a monthly cycle, bleeding or spotting. One second. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, a cryptic pregnancy is a high-risk pregnancy for the following reasons. You do not receive any prenatal care. The delivery is usually at home or unassisted. You're more higher risk for postpartum depression, not feeling the bond with your baby, or you can have a traumatic delivery because you weren't expecting to have a baby. So you feel like there was no bond because you didn't bond during the pregnancy because you were unaware of the pregnancy. It's also, cryptic pregnancy is also a high-risk pregnancy because there's no screening for prenatal complications, such as blood group incompatibility, hypertension, diabetes, HIV/AIDS, HPV, maternal anemia. You're at higher risk for an ectopic pregnancy, preterm delivery, premature rupture of the membranes, excessive amniotic fluid, premature detachment of the placenta, placenta previa, fetal growth restriction, postpartum pregnancy going past your delivery date, RH sensitization. The mother may take part in dangerous or questionable behaviors such as alcohol or substance abuse because of being unaware of her pregnancy. So these are some of the reasons why a cryptic pregnancy is considered a high-risk pregnancy. One second. Okay, so there are several suggested hypotheses for the occurrence of cryptic pregnancy, and these are taken from medical literature, medical journals, medical studies, clinical studies. So, some hypotheses, there's a few, I think there's like 6 different hypotheses for the occurrence of a cryptic pregnancy, and this let me read them to you. When there is a conflict between a mother's perceived best interest for herself and her life and the existence of a possible pregnancy, deep psychological reactions may lead to a cryptic pregnancy or a denied pregnancy. Failure to adapt to this conflict, which results in the woman using resources for herself rather than for the baby's well-being. And this would happen subconsciously or unconsciously. Another hypothesis for the occurrence of a cryptic pregnancy is spontaneous abortion of an abnormal fetus that was missed or not clinically evident. Another hypothesis is stressful or dangerous environment to the mother and baby, as in areas where resources are lacking or unsupportive. In this hypothesis, the fetus cooperates to the biological signals by growing very slowly and producing minimal symptoms and signs of the pregnancy, thus reducing the energy and health resources the mother is required to invest in the pregnancy itself. Another hypothesis for the occurrence of a cryptic pregnancy is hormone imbalance, just hormone imbalance. Another hypothesis for a cryptic pregnancy is that the lining of the uterus continues to be shed when the mother has odd periods, therefore preventing the HCG from building up to be secreted into the urine or blood. Thus, the body is not properly signaled to completely support the baby's development. Therefore, cryptic babies develop slower, making the pregnancy take longer. Now, again, I must emphasize this. These are all just hypotheses. These are theories for why this may happen to a woman and a baby. None of these things have actually been researched, or there hasn't been any clinical studies on these things. Again, this is just brainstorming. These are just hypotheses of why a pregnancy like this would occur. Now, possible prevention. How can you prevent a cryptic pregnancy from happening to you? And this is a very real concern, because once you start to do this research, you really start to understand how sometimes a pregnancy test can miss a pregnancy. And sometimes it can give you a false negative result, and you can go on thinking that you're not pregnant when you really are. And that's kind of scary to think about as a woman and a mother, that you don't want to walk around not being aware of your pregnancy and taking part in certain things that you wouldn't normally do if you were aware that you were currently pregnant. So, preventing something like this from happening to you, or wanting to know information for possible prevention, is a very real thing. So if you or someone you know is in the reproductive age group and persistently feels even the most minor symptoms relating to pregnancy, the abdominal region, the pelvis, it is very important, and I want to emphasize it, it is very important for you to go see your general practitioner or your medical doctor, somebody you find and you trust. You should test for pregnancy among other options, even if the possibility for pregnancy is strongly denied. Even if you think that there is no way you could possibly be pregnant, I still definitely suggest that you, if you're in that reproductive age group, still test for pregnancy, just to rule it out and give yourself that peace of mind. So I hope this video helps somebody. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will be more than happy to answer any and all questions. I hope to see you in my next videos. Again, like I said, this is going to be a series. So this is everything you need to know about cryptic pregnancy. I hope you're well. I hope you're happy. I hope you're healthy. Stay blessed, friends. Bye. You're not making a video. I'm making a video.